Enlightenment is a shift of perception. This shift is the shift of the one who is perceiving reality. It is not a shift of someone that changes his mind or learns something new. The shift is from being a human being to becoming the thing itself. This is the shift. It's not a shift in the mind, in the brain. Something doesn't change for the person. Its reality doesn't change. Basically, it stays the same. The shift is the shift of who or what is before shifting or realizing this, the true nature, self-realization, call it what you want. Before the shift of perception, there is a human being, or a perception of a human being, an ego, structures, psychological structures, character, body, soul, emotions, everything combined into a very tight structure that believes that it is existing and acting in an outer world and environment. This is what shifts. The shift itself, the moment of realization, is the moment the entire thing collapses, dies, vanishes, realizes. Again, no one realizes, but there's a realization that this structure was a joke, a cosmic joke, and from that moment onward, of course, there is no moment onward, there is no time, so the shift is eternally in one singular point, present point, which itself is a very misleading term because saying the present moment implies time. There was past and future. We are in the moment, the present moment, but even this present moment is not the thing that realizes itself. There is this great nothingness that occurs in a very natural way the moment the shift happens. The shift itself, in this character's story and experience, is natural, easy, healthy, and very, it's like inevitable. It's like when you roll a great rock from the mountaintop and it accelerates on its way down. You cannot stop it. This is the nature of the shift. It is, you can call it grace, great grace of the thing towards itself. Of course, there is no division between us, and us. The thing itself is very eager to connect to itself. So when it finally, everything is ripe like a fruit on a tree, it just falls off the tree and lands gently on the ground, beautiful and ripe. And this is the process of the shift as Simcha can describe it. So the shift is not from a human being that doesn't know to a human being that knows. This is not the shift. The shift is from a human being that was never a human being, an illusion. The shift is from the illusion to the truth of what we are, becoming the truth. And just from that point, there is this great, again, nothingness is just a word. It cannot hold the entire meaning of what nothingness is. This is why Simcha calls it all nothingness, because inside this all nothing, inside this nothingness, there is allness, everythingness, and the vast and infinite nature of all just narrows down into this great opposite of all, which is nothing. But it's not, it's like an energy that it's only changing, and it cannot vanish. It can only change its form. And so the perception is from the understanding that everything that you see around you is not you, and you are a person that walks on earth into the realization that you never existed, and that you see nothing, you are nothing, and this whole allness, isness, there'sness is the vague reflection of the illusion that created the story. The only way Simcha can describe this shift is through the direct, we cannot call it an experience because there has to be someone experiencing the experience. So if there's no one to experience, it's not an experience, it's an expression. And no one is looking at the expression, no one is creating the expression, and more, the expression does not really occur or exist or has any materialization or something that you can call real. So the shift itself in the expression of this character, Simcha's character, has like unique features. The first feature is the suddenness of it. It's very sudden. It's like the shift that happened to the character, to Simcha, was sudden. She did not prepare for it. She did not know it is in her possibility as a human being, and it just landed on her in a specific moment. And I think the suddenness of it, the fact that you don't expect it, that is what makes it so powerful, because when you don't have time or you don't anticipate and expect and make plans, and the mind is not chatter, whoa, is it going to happen? It just happens, then the mind cannot resist it. It's like you have like fight or flight state. You have to be in the moment because it's so surprising. it's okay, a great big surprise. Oh my God, reality? This was reality, and now something else is happening. What is happening? What is this? So you have to be very focused and alert and alive just to react, because something very, very, very unusual is happening to the character. The character is caught by surprise. This is Simcha's experience or expression, so I'm telling it. But because she's the only expression existing right now, just like you are the only expression of oneness. So it's the entire thing, and this is how she describes it. So the suddenness of it, the like intensity of the moment helps this transition be like more easy. You are not torn in many thoughts. So this is why I think if you are looking for this shift, look for the suddenness of it, because the process and the gradual movement towards it, just, I think it's like a celebration to the ego. Is it happening right now? Is this it? or am I getting closer now? I'm feeling it. And so many mind games the ego wants to play with itself to explore if it's really happening, and it's not, because when it does, it just is happening or not happening. But it is just what occurs again. So you cannot think about it, you cannot rationalize it, you cannot anticipate it, you cannot ask for it. It just happens, and you are not ready for it. So you cannot prepare to this moment because you don't know when it's going to happen to you, because it has its own time. It knows, we know when we want to give ourselves this present, this grace of setting ourselves free. And we give this amazing gift to ourselves when the time is right for us, when the circles are closed, when we are prepared, and when this transition will really work, because you cannot take it halfway. You cannot, it's like an enormous bridge, and you cannot walk 2/3 of the bridge and then go back, and then to the half of the bridge and then go back, and then you never get to the other side, because there's something always pulling you back to the place where you've been. The shift itself, the moment of realization, it's so sudden, like it's like you started, you didn't know there was a bridge, and then on your first step, what's behind you is beginning to burn, and so you have to run forward, and you cannot look back, and you cannot run back because everything is burning behind you, and if you will not cross to the other side, then you will die. And I know it's a little bit dramatic, but the shift itself is a dramatic event, a very dramatic event in the eyes of an average human being like Simcha was. She was driving in her car, in her life she knew what they were, what reality is, what she is, what her family is, what religion is, what country is, and the knowing of something else, something so unfamiliar, like a new language, but you know it, and it's so, you cannot grasp how mysterious it is, and yet you play along with it because it's so familiar. And this is why the description of the burning bridge, because the shift itself in the eyes of the average human being is a near-death experience, because the energy of the grace itself is so immense and intense, and the body, the character doesn't know it. It's not something she ever was exposed to, and it's so new, and it can be threatening to someone who is not ready, someone who is not ready, someone who is not willing just to go all the way, who is not willing to give up on his life, to die, because it's so complete, would be terrified from this intensity and this newness, and ran towards the fire and just return to the other side, but he will be bruised. And it's not a healthy process. This is why I think the shift, the entire shift, happens when the person is really ready for it and is able to carry this immense intensity. And the energy of the shift itself is the thing itself. And try to imagine, if you can, the thing itself. I don't know, God. Think about God, you think about the entire universe, think about great things that were hidden from you through this thin veil, but suddenly the character is exposed to them, and not only she's exposed to them, she realizes she never existed, and this intensity is it. So if you are not already this thing as a person, as a human being, you will be very reluctant and you will take a step backwards and you will say, no, 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 this is something else, this is not me. But if you are ready, the shift catches you ready, then you only have to acknowledge the fact that this is me. Okay, this immense energy that is, otherwise I would think that was drilling a hole here, and it's like tons of weight on the shoulders, immense, immense power and quietness. It would be very scary, but it's not, because you know, okay, this thing talks to itself, and you know that you are this thing, and then you don't fight it. And this is how, in the process of the character of Simcha, it happened. The acknowledgement, the knowing that this is the shift. I don't know. I don't know. She thought she knows nothing about it or what is happening, but she knows everything because it's presenting itself in the moment it happens. All the knowledge appears, and when you have all the knowledge, you have nothing to fear because you are all the knowledge. And so you only have one thing to do, and that is to laugh. To laugh, the great laughter. At first of relief, because it's like the remains of the character of someone is laughing, of being already this thing that has enormous compassion on the character that was just on the other side, but now she's free forever. And this is a wonderful thing, but it can be very, very threatening to someone who is not ready. And this is why it is the greatest compassion of ourselves to ourselves, that this shift doesn't happen at will. Like if you pray for it, or you meditate for it, or you take psychedelics to get there, and it doesn't happen, this is because you, yourself, you are so full of compassion towards yourself, you know you will not be able to take it, and it will harm you, and you are not ready. And when you are ready, it will happen in the most natural way. So it's sudden, it's grace, it's scary if you are not ready. It happens only when you can accept this great present from yourself to yourself, and it doesn't change the perspective of the person, of its life, of its surrounding. The whole thing just stays, but the shift, the enormous shift, is of the perception of what is this, and the more popular question, who am I? And it's not the right question. You have to ask yourself, what am I? Not who am I. What am I? What am I? And this is a great answer. The shift itself happens only once. It cannot happen twice, 3 times. It cannot be a gradual process. The shift, the ultimate, just breaking everything, breaking and dying. You don't die twice, you only die once, and this is it. And until this one unquestionable thing that is clear to you, more than the sun and the sky, more than the land you walk on, more than the feeling that you have a body, that you are you. The knowing is so much greater than the knowing of yourself, of the world. Until this moment occurs, this shift is the only real shift. And again, because the illusion of the self is an illusion, and the entire thing is an illusion, the shift itself is also part of the illusion of a character that is being redeemed. But it's only in the eyes of other people that perceive reality. Other people, again, the character itself, in the moment of the shift, vanishes. It cannot exist any longer. This is why it dies. And the illusion of speaking right now through a camera, like you see Simcha and you are you and everything is just like continuing. This is the great lie and illusion. So the shift itself doesn't happen, because the moment the shift happens, you realize there was nothing to shift from point A to point B. There was never a human being that shifted into the everythingness or nothingness. It has always been only this or nothingness. This was the lie. The self was the lie. And so, and if you think about it logically, there was no shift. So there was no shift. Nothing really happened. And this is what basically is happening right now, also with you. To look for, to actively look for the shift, again, can sabotage the process of the shift, which is very natural, and it flows from the life you lead, the choices you make, the healthier you become. So the best thing you can do is nourish your character, become a healthier person, healthier in all ways, mental health and physical health, and just become stronger, 2 legs on the ground, of course involved in your surroundings. If you have children, it's the best thing for you to be with them and care for them, and to give yourself to your children, to your community, in your work, to find solutions to save the world, to become the best version of yourself, to become strong so you can carry the shift. So you align with the values and essence of what we are, which is this nothingness, which is beauty and compassion. And when you align with it as a character, you become it. And then it's natural, it cannot be stopped. It's like a sneeze. You sneeze. It's simpler than a sneeze.